Hello and welcome to day 8 of Lifebook's 30-day transformational challenge. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. Yesterday we began our exploration of the emotional life category, and today we're going to go a little deeper into this hugely important category of our lives. And today we're going to end with a powerful exercise that's really going to help you move the needle in your emotional life. I can tell you from personal experience, this exercise is a game changer. It's totally helped me in my own life improve this category immensely, and I've seen it help hundreds and hundreds of other Lifebook members as well. So I'm really happy to share it with you. I think that pretty much everybody understands that a healthy emotional life is indispensable for living a happy, successful life. And certainly, if your goal is to create an extraordinary life for yourself, your emotional state, your emotional life is hugely important. But I think it could actually be more important than most of us realize. Because in at least one respect, we could say that your emotional life is the barometer of your success as a human being. Why? Because it's here in this category that you're going to discover whether or not you have a happy, fulfilling life. And that's the whole point of this work, right? At the end of the day, that's why we work so hard to develop ourselves. It's why you join this 30-day challenge. It's why you're working so hard on yourself every day so you can have a happier, more successful, more fulfilling life. You know, I was in Bali last year living for the winter with my family, and while we were there, I came across this quote that was scrawled on a bathroom wall. Graffiti, but it was one of the most profound things I've ever read. Here's what it said. When I was little, my mom always told me that happiness was the most important thing in life. When I got older and went to school, they asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up, and I said happy. They told me I didn't understand the assignment. I told them they didn't understand life. Profound graffiti right there, isn't it? Aristotle said, happiness is the most important thing in the world, the whole aim and end of human existence. You know, if you ask yourself why you want anything you want in life enough times, you're going to come up with one final answer: because I want to be happy. Doesn't matter what it is, whether it's that you want to make a lot of money, or you want to have a great body, or you want to have a passionate love relationship, or you want to make a big difference in the world. All those wonderful things are just means to an end, and the end is your happiness and your fulfillment. And that's our singular focus at Lifebook. Everything that we do, all the goal setting that we do, the challenges, the exercises, the measuring and reporting, the inspiration, the motivation, everything we do is designed to help you move closer in one way or another to a happier, more fulfilling, more successful life. And I'll tell you, if we can accomplish that, we've done something amazing in the world, and we've accomplished our purpose as an organization. One of the most important things that you can do is to pay attention to what makes you happy versus what makes you unhappy, so that you can respond appropriately and move your life toward the happiness and away from the unhappiness. And your ability to do that is going to have a significant impact on your life experience. Because just like any other big value in life, happiness requires continuous action to create it and to maintain it. It's up to you to become aware of what it is that makes you happy. You know, what kind of situations or events or people or places or things evoke happiness inside of you. And once you get clear on what actually makes you happy, you want to do more of those things. So for instance, if you know that an overnight date with your spouse makes you happy, you can increase the frequency of your overnight dates from once a year to maybe once a month to maybe once a week. And what's going to happen? You're going to have a happier marriage and a happier life as a result. Maybe gardening makes you happy. So do more gardening, get conscious of it, and you'll automatically become a happier person. Or how about calling your grandma? Are you happy every time you hear her voice? Or taking a long walk by yourself in the middle of the day, practicing meditation, spending time in prayer, whatever it is for you. Do more of those things more often, and you will increase your happiness. So the point here is to get conscious. It's to get conscious of the things that make your heart swell with love or joy. To just simply pay attention to what it is that makes you smile, what puts a little spring in your step. Identify those things, value those things, and plan them into your schedule so that you can do more of them. You know, it's a simple but very profound concept that most people simply don't understand. If you want to experience more happiness in your life, which all of us do, simply do more of the things that make you happy. Likewise, and this one is equally, if not more profound, it's up to you to identify the things in your life that make you unhappy and then do your best to eliminate those things. Because I'll tell you what, at Lifebook, we believe that our lives should be happy the vast majority of the time. That's what we work so hard to attain. Yes, we know that there's going to be pain and suffering in life. Yes, we know that we're going to encounter frustration and disappointment and unhappiness. But for us, all that negative stuff is the exception. It's not the rule. Pain and unhappiness and frustration are going to come and go in life. But those things should be episodic, not perpetual. Being perpetually unhappy over anything, or disappointed, or depressed, or resentful, has absolutely no place in the life of a conscious person. If we are experiencing pockets of recurring pain in our lives, which most of us do because they sneak in, it's probably because we're not paying attention. We need to look for those pockets of ongoing recurring pain or frustration or angst in our lives and root them out and make it our mission to eliminate them, because recurring unhappiness simply shouldn't be tolerated. And it's been my experience that a lot of people, maybe most people, just don't pay attention, and they continue to run the same sort of negative patterns and negative emotions over and over and over. Eventually they habituate to the pain and the negativity till they barely notice it anymore. Or an entire adult lifetime of looking in the mirror and feeling pain or frustration because you're out of shape or overweight, or because you're sad because of the way your body looks, your level of health and fitness. And that's an experience that so many people have. But here's the thing. We don't have to live with perpetual sadness. We don't have to live with it. It's far better to get conscious about our unhappiness, to pay attention, to identify the perpetual pain and simply resolve to fix it. Even if you don't like being on a diet, even if you don't like exercising, isn't it better to pay that relatively small price than to go through an entire lifetime of being sad and feeling low self-esteem every time you look in the mirror over and over and over and over again? Whatever your perpetual pain is, in any category of your life, if you're an overwhelmed entrepreneur, strung out, overworked, not enjoying your life, not enjoying your family, think about that. Is that your story? Or if you have a relationship, a friend or a family member that's just a constant source of stress or emotional duress, or if your financial life has got you perpetually stressed, keeping you up at night because you're all stressed out about it, the first thing you got to do is you got to notice. You got to get conscious of it. You got to wake up. And then once you do notice, you sit down and you think through what needs to be done to eliminate this perpetual pain. What's the rational, intelligent solution to this problem? You might figure out a way to remove yourself from the situation. You might figure out a way to change the situation. You might figure out a different way to process it internally so you can change the meaning of the situation and stop feeling all this angst about it. And I'll tell you from personal experience, it can be easier than you think. Honest to God, it can. Unconsciousness is what keeps you stuck. Unconsciousness is what keeps you experiencing the same pain over and over and over. And consciousness is the cure. I'll tell you a little personal story. I was working on this exercise in my own life a couple years ago, really going deep, searching my own life for areas of recurring unhappiness. And I came across a really important relationship that I had with a family member who I love, but I'd been having stress with for a long time. And it had gone on so long that I'd just gotten used to it. I'd unconsciously habituated to just feeling negative and sad and angry about this relationship consistently, and I'm talking about for years. And that's just no good. And once I got conscious of it, I resolved to take action. And here's what I did. It was simple. I picked up the phone and I reached out to this family member of mine in the most compassionate, understanding way I could. And it was amazing. I was met with nothing but love. Totally open arms. It turned out he was feeling exactly the same way that I was feeling. It turned out that he wanted to fix our situation as much as I wanted to fix it, and we started consciously and lovingly working on our relationship, and in less than a month, this went from probably the biggest area of angst in my life to one of the greatest sources of joy, and that was years ago, and it's continued all the way since then. Now, I'm not suggesting that you can eliminate every area of perpetual pain in your life with a phone call. That's just not realistic. There are going to be situations that are more difficult and complicated than that, no doubt. But no matter what kind of recurring unhappiness we're dealing with, the first step is to allow yourself to become aware, to become conscious of it, and then resolve to do something about it. And that's just a big step in the right direction in this incredibly important category of your life. Now let's move on to our emotional life exercise. First, you're going to want to make a list of the things that make you truly happy and fulfilled, and commit to doing more of those things. And I'm not talking about lip service here. I'm talking about scheduling them into your day, scheduling them into your week, scheduling them into your month. Get serious about it. Make a commitment to your own happiness. For the duration of this challenge, make a commitment to infuse your life with as much happiness as you possibly can and have fun doing it. It's a deeply joyous feeling to get in touch with the things that make you happy and to do more of those things. So make your list of happy stuff. And then you want to make another list of some of the things that make you unhappy on a consistent basis. Now you got to be brave. If you want to do this right, you got to go deep. And once you've made that list, you want to sit down and look at it and take a look at, what on this list can I eliminate? Because perpetual unhappiness is just not acceptable to me. It's not acceptable to a conscious person who's committed to living an extraordinary life, and I'm going to get rid of some of this emotional angst. Abraham Lincoln said, "Most people are about as happy as they make up their minds to be." And I'll tell you, if you make these two simple lists and really take action on them, I predict it's going to have a profound effect on you, just like it did on me. Well, it's only day 8 of this challenge, but I hope you're beginning to see that these little exercises, even though they're small, are incredibly powerful. I hope you're already starting to see how this can surge your life forward. Taken individually, these little exercises may seem small, but their cumulative effect is invaluable. So keep up the good work, and you're going to end up in a totally different place at the end of this challenge. Tomorrow, we're going to explore one of the most powerful life book categories of all, your character. What kind of a person do you really want to become, and how do you get there? The character category is typically a turning point for people who go through Lifebook, and I predict it'll be the exact same for this 30-day challenge. Big breakthroughs happen here that'll have a positive effect on every area of your life. It's just an absolutely amazing, life-changing category, and I'm so excited to dig in with you tomorrow. In the meantime, have fun with your emotional life exercise. Remember, there's a big payoff for doing this work. It's going to take your life to the next level, I promise you that. Okay, I'll see you tomorrow. Have fun, and we'll explore character tomorrow together.